Imagine a man left for dead as a child, his face so horribly wounded he could barely speak for the rest of his life. Now, imagine that same man rising from poverty to become one of the greatest minds of the Renaissance, solving a mathematical puzzle that had baffled scholars for centuries, only to have his life's work stolen by a rival. This isn't a movie plot. It's the incredible true story of Niccolò Fontana, a man better known to history by his cruel nickname, Tartaglia, the Stammerer. Our story begins in 1512, in the Italian city of Brescia. A young Niccolò, just a boy, was caught in the brutal sack of the city by French soldiers. He sought refuge in the local cathedral, but it was no sanctuary. A soldier slashed him across the face with a sword, leaving him with devastating injuries to his jaw and palate. His mother found him, and too poor for doctors, nursed him back to health with her own remedies. Miraculously, he survived, but the wounds left him with a permanent speech impediment. He couldn't afford paper or ink, so he practiced writing his letters on tombstones with charcoal. It was from this desperate beginning that a mathematical genius was forged. In the 16th century, mathematics wasn't just for dusty academics. It was a public spectacle. Mathematicians would challenge each other to public duels, solving complex problems on the spot for fame and prize money. The ultimate prize, the holy grail of mathematics at the time, was finding a general solution to the cubic equation and algebraic problem of the third degree. For centuries, the greatest minds had tried and failed. But Tartaglia, the self-taught prodigy from Brescia, quietly cracked the code. He developed a secret method, a key that could unlock any cubic equation. This secret was his ticket to fame and fortune. His success brought him to the attention of Girolamo Cardano, a brilliant, well-connected, and notoriously ambitious polymath from Milan. Cardano was a gambler, a physician, an astrologer, and a mathematician, and he was desperate to know Tartaglia's secret. He showered Tartaglia with praise and promises of patronage, slowly gaining his trust. Finally, after relentless persuasion, Tartaglia relented. He shared his solution with Cardano, but only after making him swear a sacred oath never to reveal it. He even wrote down the solution in the form of a cryptic poem to make it harder to understand. Cardano, however, was not a man to let an oath stand in the way of glory. A few years later, in 1545, he published his monumental work on algebra, Ars Magna or the Great Art. And there, for all the world to see, was Tartaglia's solution to the cubic equation. Cardano did give Tartaglia credit, but he claimed he had found an earlier, unpublished source that freed him from his promise. For Tartaglia, this was the ultimate betrayal. A bitter public feud erupted. They exchanged insults and challenges through pamphlets, with Tartaglia accusing Cardano of theft and oath-breaking. The dispute culminated in a public mathematical debate, not with Cardano himself, who shrewdly sent his student instead, but the damage was done. Tartaglia, the provincial stammerer, was outmaneuvered by the politically savvy Cardano. He lost the debate and returned to his teaching job in relative obscurity, his name forever tangled with the man who stole his discovery. But to remember Tartaglia only for this controversy is to do him a great injustice. His genius extended far beyond one equation. He was, in many ways, the father of a whole new science, ballistics. Before Tartaglia, the movement of a cannonball was a mystery, explained by outdated Aristotelian physics. In his groundbreaking book Nova Scientia or A New Science, Tartaglia was the first to apply rigorous mathematical principles to projectile motion. He correctly argued that a cannonball as trajectory is a continuous curve, and that the maximum range is achieved at a 45-degree angle. These were revolutionary ideas that challenged centuries of established thought and laid the essential groundwork for the later work of giants like Galileo and Newton. He was also a brilliant engineer, designing fortifications and surveying instruments. So what is the legacy of the Stammerer of Brescia? He is a powerful symbol of resilience, a testament to what the human spirit can achieve against impossible odds. His work on the cubic equation was a pivotal moment in the history of mathematics, helping to spark the algebraic revolution of the 16th century. You might even know his name from a familiar pattern of numbers, Tartaglia's triangle. While he didn't invent it, his work was crucial in popularizing it in Europe, long before it became associated with Blaise Pascal. His life was a dramatic story of tragedy, triumph, and betrayal. He was a man who, despite a wounded voice, made the world of numbers speak in a whole new way.